Welcome to another episode of Hoda's Career Info. I wanted to start by thanking everyone for your encouraging messages and feedback. I truly enjoy hearing from you. We are joined today by Uli Schild, also known as Mr. Career Tick. Stay tuned to learn who Mr. Career Tick is and the reason behind this nickname. I'm your host, Hoda Kilani, career and academic coach. Hoda's Career Info is about sharing words and stories from inspiring career people from across the globe. Use this program wisely and activate your career journey. Let's go.
We only achieve the results um, if we learn to differentiate between opinion and true information. Accept that no one goes from nothing to gold. It's steps from nothing to bronze, from bronze to silver, from silver to gold, and then whatever it is you're planning, new job, new career. The world is yours. It's You own it, right? You're the boss of your own destiny, and you should go for it. Ultimately, if you start believing in yourself, that's when you start to change.
Thank you for joining Hoda's Career Info, your program where guests from across the globe share career tips and stories to help you successfully activate your career. Watch, listen, and learn. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and follow me, Hoda Kilani, on social media for more career info. Who is our guest, Uli Schild? I will read his bio in the first person as he shared it. Better known as Mr. Career Tech, I've made it my mission for over 15 years to help people get the job they deserve, not just the one that they can get. It all started after being laid off twice, in 2008 and again in 2011. I faced career setbacks that sparked something greater, the drive to build a successful people focused career coaching practice. Within a year, that passion has helped over 1,800 individuals in Australia and New Zealand land meaningful jobs. Through Mr. Career Tech, I have publicly shared my experience and knowledge through blogs, online coaching sessions, podcasts, and YouTube videos. Over the years, I have also learned along the way. I celebrate my wins and failures and continue to reflect on the rapidly evolving recruiting and HR industry. My paid and free content has helped over 15,000 individuals across Australia, New Zealand, and the world land the jobs they deserve. I provide career coaching, mentoring, and the 21st century tools to set you up for success. I advise and coach individuals from diverse professional backgrounds and experiences on resumes, LinkedIn profiles, and selection criteria cover letters. Most importantly, I help them navigate the job market to help them find their dream job. I am Hoda Kilani. Thank you for joining me and Uli Schild for what promises to be a fun career conversation. Welcome, Uli Schild, also known as Mr. Career Tech, to Hoda's Career Info. I appreciate your time today and your willingness to join me in this conversation.
Thank you for having me.
So we're going to call you Mr. Career Tech because that's what the name you try to promote on social media for this interview. And the first question for you, Mr. Career Tech, is can you share with us your story and, if possible, embed within it a message that you'd like to share by being here on this program?
Yeah, so the name is Uli Schild in the professional world as an HR manager, but on social media, all the various platforms, I'm known as Mr. Career Tick, and it's all about ticking the right boxes. If you're hanging out in the HR world, especially around these parts here in Australia and New Zealand or online, you'll probably know me as Mr. Career Tick. And I'm also the owner of the supporting platforms cvjedi.com and thejobsearchcoach.net. My job is quite plain and simple. I'm here to help people get the job they deserve. That's sort of my slogan, helping you to get the job you deserve. I'm very lucky to juggle two jobs. I have a full-time job. I'm a professional contractor. I always work as HR manager or contract senior HR business partner. And I have these online platforms that I use between the jobs, and they have worked for over a decade and a half working as HR manager to help other people find jobs. In fact, I've helped over 14,000 people with these two platforms in the last decade and a half to find work. And the focus is on making sure that the people I coach, mentor, and guide, that they learn and ensure to tick all the right boxes. That's where the name comes from.
Very cool. And can you tell me what got you started on this journey? Why did you feel the need to create these platforms?
I was exposed early in my career a lot into the concept of right sizing, downsizing, changing, restructuring, call it what you want. What really happened to the people around me was they lost their job, they got fired, or they were forced to resign, or any of the many situations that you're facing. And that's what I focused on. I wanted to show people that that's not the end, that that's often a catalyst for something new, but they need to know what to do and how to do it. And I wanted to help them to do it properly.
If I were to push you a little bit further, Mr. Career Tech, what would be one term that describes the work that you do? So if you're thinking of all the platforms and everything else you do, can you summarize it all in one term?
I think it's consistency, because job hunting or career changing, usually there's these two elements. It's either you're hunting for a new position or you're making the decision to change. You can't go up and down all the time. You need to be consistent. And that's the one word that would best describe my work and my style of work and what I'm trying to instill into my clients.
I appreciate this. And yes, it is all consistency, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really difficult depending on your individual situation. Every client has a different story. Everyone has different means to get there. Not everyone has the money to hire a career coach, and that's why I enjoy so much putting all that content out there. So I give everyone the option. You can learn it all for free, or you can use the supporting platforms that I have. And I think that's great, right? Because in today's world with social media, there's a lot of opinion out there, but I'm helping my clients to stay clear of separating what is opinion and what is true information, so they can stay consistent to get to where they want to.
I did check out your Instagram account, Yuli, and I found it loaded with career and job seeking advice. Definitely encourage people to check it out. Again, it's at Mr. Career Tech.
Yes, the way I'd like to explain it is it's for free, right? I really love what I do. I have three passions. I'm passionate about people, obviously. That's why I work in human resource. I'm very passionate about the world around us, because you can't be a good HR professional if you are not involved in the world around us. But what I'm really passionate about is achieving results. And we only achieve the results if we learn to differentiate between opinion and true information. And it's okay to shop around and look for things and spend lots of hours. I mean, everyone has a mobile, right? It's with us nonstop, and it's become a bit of an issue that there's an over information or an oversaturation of material, and people struggle to differentiate between opinion and true information, and that's what I provide.
A post caught my attention about the 7 career realities. I love them. They work with young people, and I'm like, everybody should be aware of these career realities. Do you mind sharing them with us here on this interview and help young people truly understand what is it all about?
Yeah, look, I'm not the super young generation. I still feel quite young, but at some stage in our life, every single generation out there was once the younger generation at some point in their working lives, right? And most HR legends out there, recruiters, and even the hiring bigwigs out there, they totally understand the challenge that you face, whatever generation of young you represent, whether that is, Gen Y or millennial or even younger. And like I said, internet and social media are absolutely brilliant for advice and coaching. I'm not suggesting not to be on it. But here's the kicker: it's super important to provide coaching and job hunting support that actually tells you what you need to know, not just what you want to hear, right? Because when we're online, we're spending a lot of time and I like that, I like that, I like that. But is it really what you need to know? And that is what I have really made my trademark is I tell you what you need to know, not what you want to hear, because that's ultimately what will get the young guns to communicate better with the other people and to understand them. I even lecture at university and offer free advice there. Like I said, also online and through all these other free contents that I provide, like yourself. You do a brilliant job. That's what it is. So that's what it's all about. Just telling you what you need to know, not what you want to hear.
One of the career realities that stood out for me is success often means that you have to sacrifice comfort. Can you explain what this means and why do we need to sacrifice comfort?
Yeah, so I'll give you a good example. We currently have winter here. You probably laugh, being in Canada. Winter in Australia, winter in Australia is a different thing. Right now, it's 8 degrees, and the news say it feels like 2 degrees. The point I'm trying to make is it's how you feel, right? It's how you experience things, and that's essentially what I do. I lend a help, Aussie style, so to speak, to get you through this world. I'm pretty upset about how things are sometimes delivered and the sort of advice people get. And I'll try to help people to separate feeling from reality, and then to make their way to step up. And I offer my advice, right? That's ultimately what it's about.
I really enjoy following your Instagram account. The posts that come out, they're very down to earth and they don't draw this big complicated picture. Very simple, very easy to follow and understand.
Like I said, it is cool, right? It's fun for a period of time to look at all this stuff. But is it sticky? Does it stay with you? And do you relate to it, right? And when you're genuine, when you really are honest and genuine and like the real world, the true world, then it'll hopefully stick with people, with the audience, whether they're young or old, and they then say, well, this part I agree or disagree with, but they start believing in themselves, because ultimately, if you start believing in yourself, that's when you start to change, right? It's not because what happens a lot is there's a lot of information sold to you. That's not what it's about. It's understand, filter it and start believing in what you can really truly do yourself through consistency and all these other means that are offered in these channels that people like you and I provide.
So, Yuli, when you say you stop believing in yourself, are we thinking about lacking confidence or is there more to it?
Well, I'm not a psychologist, but for over a decade and a half, I've dealt with thousands of people through my my job as an HR professional, and I'm not very proud of it. I had to deliver to thousands of people really bad messages, i.e., losing their jobs, and it has an impact on you. No matter how strong, how old, how educated, how experienced you are, and I've never given birth, but I think it's almost like a traumatic experience, having to look for a job or making a decision for changing career. And if you don't have help, genuine help, or if you don't understand how to separate sold information from true information, then you'll struggle. So this whole feeling thing is important to me. I put a lot of effort into my content to ensure that people understand this truly comes from here and here, because it's important to me that my audience feels enthused and confident that they can do this, right? And this is a bit the Aussie way. I've been here 25 years now. What Australians are a lot about is fair dinkum. They don't sugarcoat things, and I like that. I think people are tired of sugarcoating and those sort of things. So I absolutely step up and offer my advice to everyone who wants to hear it. And if you don't want to hear it, then that's fine. That's okay, right? That's the Aussie way.
Well, you certainly highlighted very important points, and I encourage anyone watching us or listening to us today to go check out the Instagram account and learn more how you get into detail into these topics. Thank you so much, Yuli. Yuli, we've come to the last question, which is I know you're holding more than one job, so you're definitely challenging yourself to do more. But if I were to ask you, what's the next step for you where you're stepping out of your comfort zone? What does it look like?
I'm actually doing something that's quite unusual, because we are currently in an environment where people are very scared to really step up or speak up when they observe things that are just not going right. Let me put it this way: it's your world, is your rules. I understand that the world is yours. It's You own it, right? You're the boss of your own destiny, and you should go for it. And the point I'm trying to make is you should hunt or change wisely, and when you're ready, you should use the tools properly, but you should also figure out how others can help you, because you can't do everything alone. So to answer your question, I've made a decision to get a bit more involved with particularly the people who are not so able to afford a coach, to put more content out there that they don't have to pay for, and content and material that's available for free, particularly to the thousands, I mean, literally thousands of people who are affected by what's currently going on in the world. We have a lot of refugees here in Australia, or more than ever. So I'm getting a bit involved in that.
Well, congratulations for doing these good deeds, and I appreciate you spending time with me today as well. These were all the questions I had prepared for you today, Yuli. Was there anything else you would like to add to help me wrap up the episode?
I would only have one advice, closing it. It's all about being consistent, like I said before. It's understanding how to negotiate and to accept that no one goes from nothing to gold. It's steps from nothing to bronze, from bronze to silver, from silver to gold, and then whatever it is you're planning, new job, new career. Good luck out there, whatever you do. Hunt wisely.
Wonderful advice, and thank you again for your time, Yuli.
Thank you so much. It was good fun.
Well, that's it for today's episode of Hoda's Career Info, the program where career professionals from across the globe join me to empower you to succeed. Our guest today on Hoda's Career Info was Uli Schild, also known as Mr. Career Tech. You can connect with Uli on Instagram. In this episode, Uli shared, "The world is yours. You own it. You are the boss of your own destiny and you should go for it. Do you agree with Uli? Do you feel that you are in control of the choices you make? Remember that you can watch Hoda's Career Info on YouTube or listen to the episode on your favorite podcast app. To let me know if you're interested in an opportunity to talk about your work, you can send me a direct message on my website, rightcareerfit.com, where you can also sign up for my newsletter to stay up to date on the latest episodes. You can also go there to share your thoughts on this episode. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow me, Hoda Kilani, on social media, and together let us increase career literacy. I'm your host, Hoda. Until next time, take the time to pause, recognize, and celebrate what you have achieved.